Starting live
really
video.
Nice.
You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Jill, are you on? Whoa. Okay. Are we live? Are we good? Okay. Jill's checking right now. I don't know if we're actually live. It's actually on me at this moment. So I have a room full of people right now, and we're excited to.
Not on you.
Okay, here we go. Now we're on me. I believe my technical things are coming together. And what we have is a great room full of people here. We're going to talk about a little Thanksgiving pairings, because everyone's getting ready for that, of course. So that's going to go along with our holiday specials that we're doing, little promotional specials. Yes, we are shut down, but we're going to talk about a lot of good things that we're doing here at Bonobo, and a lot of nice meals that you can pair with our wine, because that's always a big question. People say, what can I pair with this? What can I pair with that? Well, we want to make that easier for you. And so we're going to go around the room and let everybody say their specialty. And it's nice to get a little different perspective, because of course you always do it with your family, you always do it with a few friends, and you want to make sure that you get some different ideas, because every year you don't want to do the same thing. Oh yeah, Aunt Pearl's, potatoes she's bringing out. Well, let's try something a little bit different this year. Let's see what these guys have, and we'll have a fun time with that. Fire away any comments or questions. We're more than happy to answer them if we can. But we're going to shoot over to Jill. You want to go first?
No, I'm not going up first.
Okay, Jill doesn't want to go first. So,
We're going to breakfast.
well, we're going to go to breakfast first. We're going to go over here and we're going to talk to Elena. She's going to introduce herself so you guys kind of know who you're talking to. And then we'll have a little fun time, a little question and answer. So I'll switch this around. There we go.
Hello, so I'm Elena, and I have the 2018 Sparkling Rosé right here. And I don't know about you guys, but on holidays and days I have off, I like to start a little bubbly in the morning. So I thought I would do a breakfast pairing today. Also something super easy, because who wants to spend time in the kitchen in the morning doing breakfast? So I want to be an overachiever, but I also brought.
Oh, wow.
It's just a glazed donut with strawberry skewer. You can make these ahead of time, or you can make them in the morning. They literally take 2 seconds. But the fruitiness from the strawberry pairs well with the fruitiness from the sparkling rosé, and then also it's not too sweet. This is a dry style, so it doesn't compete with the sugar from the donut. So that's what I figured.
Yum. You should really have like a turkey or something on it.
Yeah.
So you may hear some background comments, because we got a lot of chatter from this group, because they think they're pretty funny sometimes. But we're going to move on to the next individual. They'll introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about what they got going on.
Oh, it's me.
Yes.
Well, Elena said she likes to start with bubbly, because it's breakfast and kicks off her day, but usually it's a little hair of the dog from bar night the night before.
Yikes.
But this year, we'll just have to do a bar night inside.
Yep.
So, but we'll still need hair of the dog. My choice, because I'm obsessed with dry Rieslings, is the 2019 Riesling. And I picked a savory mashed sweet potato. What I think is super cool about this dish, sweet potato, okay, it's in the name. It has a little sweetness already to it. And this particular wine has that fruitiness, that brightness that will just bring that out. It won't make it'll still like really shine with the sweetness of the potato, but it also has milk and butter in it, and so the acidity will cut through some of the cream that's in the savory sweet potato recipe. I was talking to Cornell about this wine, and I just think it's super tropical. It does have that nice little bit of pineapple and guava type flavor, and then a dry, crisp finish. I would guess it's right around 0.5% residual sugar, maybe 5 grams, if that. So truly nice and dry, and really excited to see how this wine's aging. Screw cap, so it'll age really well for a long time, and the Rieslings up here tend to, age really well, especially when they're not manipulated in a style like this. What's great about this wine too is, you know, of course Thanksgiving's gonna be a little smaller this year with your friends and family, but it is a crowd pleaser. Since it is so tropical and so fruity, it appeases all sorts of palates. You know, even your Aunt Millie that likes something a little sweeter will enjoy it because it has that tropical flavor. I've even served it at the Schindorf family household. Big Al usually drinks Budweiser with his turkey, and he likes the dry Riesling. So it will please everyone.
Big Al.
Well, thank you for that little about Big Al. I mean, who doesn't have a Big Al, right? We'll talk about Big Al later. But yeah, so we've got a little bit with the sparkling. We've talked a little bit about the Riesling, and now we're going to do a little international flair. It's not easy, you know, when you get a little international because, you know, you got to realize these guys don't have Thanksgiving in their home country, in their homeland. So we're going to move into what they've kind of developed here in America for their taste of Thanksgiving. Now, so mind you, this may be a little bit off the wall, a little crazy, but we'll see how inventive these guys have become. So first, we'll talk to Dobby.
Hi, I'm Dobby, and I am downstairs most of the time, busy with the wines. So yeah, we don't have Thanksgiving, but you know I have a few under my belt, and I've decided to go something untraditional. I am actually doing a dessert, which is a baked citrus pudding. Actually, it's called Jaapie's favorite, out of the Cookitaniek, which is kind of like our Bible of cookbooks in South Africa.
Can you say that slower and repeat it again?
So the person's name is Jaapie, Jaapie's favorite. So
Jaapie is my aapie.
Jaapie is a very common name, not very common, but old name in South Africa. Anyway, so this dessert, it's a pretty easy recipe, but it concentrates on citrus, on lemon juice and orange juice, and then the rind of a lemon, and then you bake it. So what you get is the crust will be nice and brown, almost caramelized, and then all the sauce will be in the bottom of the pan. And that is actually, you know, I chose the Chardonnay C for that, and that's also you know, your baked pear, pineapple, citrus notes, and I just think that those two will go really well together. It's not a super heavy pudding, you know, like how a lot of people feel after a Thanksgiving meal. So I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to stuff you even more. And then a nice homemade vanilla ice cream on it, or even custard I would do. And the one thing is, try and get the freshest oranges that you can. I mean, we don't live in Florida or...
But if you can drive to Florida and grab them, that'd be
You can do
okay?
that. You might
Okay.
need that.
Okay.
California.
Or Glen William. Anyway, so yeah, nice fresh sort of products. It's super easy to make. Yeah, and then you know I think definitely the Chardonnay C with it. That'll be a nice way to finish off your night before you get into the heavy liquors. So.
Well, thank you for that. Very nice, very inspiring. I love it. So yeah, so we had a little international flair. Now this next guy, he fancies himself a cook, so you got to watch out what he's going to come out with. And he really has the taste buds and puts everything together. So we're really anxiously awaiting for this one. So here he comes right now. There he is. Boom! Hey, hey,
The
Alright,
return to upstairs.
coming right at you. First of all, before I get into my whole spiel, you know, like everybody else, I just want to say, hey, Todd, you got a nice haircut.
Thank you. I appreciate you noticing.
Nice little COVID thing, but anyway, so tonight when I look around here, we have predominantly white wines. Wonder why? Is it because we sold out of red wine?
Hey.
Kinda. We're getting close there. So anyway, not to keep you all waiting too long, my pick for Thanksgiving is going to be Pinot Gris. And that Pinot Grigio that we see all around here at Bonobo. We like to do a little bit on the heavier style. I think what most of the white wines have in common here, I think you guys agreeing with me, is that we have a lot of tropical notes in the wine. There's that tropical flair where we're coming from South Africa, and that's something that we're always going to try and achieve in our wines. With the Pinot Gris tonight, I'm preparing the curry butternut squash soup, and it's something that we did in one of our Zoom calls in August. It just has a lot of flavor there, where we have the butternut squash that's being thrown in the oven, have it roasted a little bit until it gets a little bit on the brown side, scooped out, get mixed up with some cinnamon, some curry, and then we also add a little bit of coconut milk at the end, just to rich things up, and then just pair it with the Pinot Gris. It's the spices of the curry and the cinnamon and the butternut squash goes really well. And I think with most of our white wines, especially from the 2019 vintage, it hits the spot really good. So cheers to you all, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Aww.
And are we open up for any discussions about the wines?
People are just saying hi.
Are they saying hi?
Yeah.
Well, I can also say hi.
How do I respond to someone that says fire up chips? I just say fire up back.
Fire up chips. Yeah, just say fire up chips. They're taking on Western Michigan tonight, so tune into that. I'm sure it's on ESPN. Big game happening tonight, big rivalry game. So let's fire up chips. Easy back there, easy. So we had a little bit of the international stuff going on. Some interesting stuff that you wouldn't normally, you always think of the potatoes. You always think of the string beans going on, and of course your turkey, maybe an apple pie or a pumpkin pie. But we did have a couple different things going on there, which is always fun to talk about. Now we're going to take it over to Jill right over here. And
Hi, everybody. So I got our wonderful new 2019 Blanc de Blanc, which is our newest sparkling wine. It's 100% Riesling, and it's absolutely delicious. What's great about this is that you can drink this for breakfast as well. You can drink this for lunch and dinner, and you can also use it in cocktails. So it's really one of those things that you can drink at any time. And so for my dish that I chose, it's an Italian sausage stuffing. Shocking, I know, I put an Italian spin on things, but it's not me, it's my grandma. And so the reason why I picked this, the dish to go with the Riesling, the sparkling Riesling, is because, so basically you take Italian sausage and you brown it up, make it nice and crispy in butter with onion and celery. And so again, immediately the fattiness from the sausage, the richness from the butter, those are great things that the sparkling complements, as well as the kind of the acidity from the Riesling. And so you brown those up, and then you just add some chicken broth and some parsley and some either breadcrumbs or stale bread, whatever you want to do. We make it real easy, just open the bag and dump it in. But really, the key is the sausage. A lot of people don't use sausage in their stuffing, and I think that the fattiness from the sausage, the butter, and the chicken broth makes like the most ridiculously moist stuffing ever. I said moist, I'm sorry. Another key thing to do is we always melt additional butter on top of it to make it extra rich.
who doesn't like butter?
I mean, who doesn't like butter? And then the other thing you do is you take some of the stuffing and you stuff it into the turkey, and then you cook the rest of it separately in like a casserole dish, and then you mix the two together. So you've got super juicy stuffing that was in the turkey, and then you mixed up with one that was baked in the oven. So it just combines together to make this like delicious, like yum. It's not like a thick, it's very, very, like it's, everything I'm gonna say sounds gross. Like it's a very moist.
Wow.
It's delicious.
Holy adjectives.
Anyway, so we're gonna drink some sparkling Riesling with that.
Yeah, and we did have a question about that. Is it dry or sweet?
So while this is technically a little bit sweeter than the sparkling rosé, just from a dosage standpoint, where the dosage is what we add into the wine before we cap it and serve it. So it technically has double the dosage, but it does not taste it at all. It still is, even though it has double the dosage, it's still at just about 1.2% residual sugar. So it's still very much on the dry side of brut style.
So it's not moist?
No.
We're talking about the sparkling.
Jill, I would say that one is very alive.
Alive. That's a great descriptor.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, as you can see, Jill really likes to use the adjectives on everything, and I know Cornell was jumping in with one over there. But that kind of wraps it up. I know we didn't talk about a turkey or anything like that. What's that?
Yeah, let's talk about what's going
Oh,
on.
so hold on. I'm going to run this over, and we're going to talk about what we're doing at the winery.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, as of today, we started a new sort of shutdown in a way. The inside of the tasting room is closed for the time being. However, we're doing curbside pickup for any wine bottles or merch that you guys provide. Right now, the best way to order things is either online through Wiener Shipper if you want wine shipped to you, or if you want to come to
Just
the
go to the
winery
website.
and pick up. Through the website. If you want to come to the winery or pick something up at the winery, just call us in the tasting room. We will have a website up very soon that will be able to order online directly for pickup. So wine bottles, anything from the gift shop. We're doing an amazing, we have Chef Adam, you guys have met him a ton of times. We're doing an awesome deal where we're doing meals to go on the weekends. So for this weekend, we're doing an awesome cassoulet and flourless chocolate cake along with some cheese and charcuterie. It's a meal, you can do it either a la carte or you can get the 3-course tasting for 2 people. It's only $65, which is ridiculous. Basically, we're taking all of the hard work of cooking away from you. You can add whatever bottle of wine you want, onto that for pickup as well.
And that's for 2 people.
And that's for 2 people, right? $65 for 2 people for 3 courses. That's
a
like,
steal.
It's delicious. Steal, and it's delicious.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
I had it last weekend.
That's right.
We're also doing a shipping deal for those of you that are not local. So it's $5 shipping for a case of wine. So stock up on your wines for Thanksgiving. Your family, well, maybe some of your family's coming over. You need to make sure you have enough wine. We've got rosé, we've got white, we've got some red, but all of those we can ship them directly to you so you can enjoy them for Thanksgiving to go with all of your dishes. So we've got food, we've got wine, we've got merch, we've got all of those things. So pay attention to our social media, and if you're on our email list, you'll be getting emails updating you on all of the fun things that we're doing. And we have something super, super fun coming next weekend. We're very much leaning into this most recent shutdown, and we have something amazing planned where, even though it's cold in northern Michigan, people are going to love being outside to enjoy what we have in store for them. So stay tuned to see what we've got for you next week.
It's beginning to build up.
Okay, so before we let anything out of the bag of what we're doing, stay tuned. We'll get things going. My favorite part of Thanksgiving and meal putting together is the drunk uncle. So you always have...
Is that you?
No, it's not me. You always have that one relative, maybe Carter. You always have that one relative that just takes it a little too far. So that's always the hilarious, because then you have comments and stories to tell for years and years and years on what this person did. Everyone has one. I know you said, what, Al you had over there? Big Al. Sorry, Big Al, if you're watching, not to talk about you too much. But you always have those things happening. So from all of us here at Bonobo Winery, wishing you guys to be safe out there. Happy Thanksgiving, and enjoy yourself. And if you get a chance, come see us. So cheers.
Everybody, cheers. Cheers.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Social
Giving
distance.
thanks. There we go.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.